What's good, YouTube? Bosco here, live, my first live on this channel. I figured why not wait? I was sitting here. Let me go ahead and get to it. Um, Hopefully, you guys are having a good day wherever you are in the world. Thanks for joining. Most people will kind of, more than likely catch this on the replay because this was just a spur of the moment live stream. There will be a lot more live streams coming. We will have topics about sneaker news and sneaker things that are going on. This is the first of many. I just kind of wanted to crack it open with this live stream, get the feedback, let people see that I do go live and that I will be going live even more. Uh, Today in this video, we're going to talk about some of these sneaker releases that's going on for this weekend. There's quite a few actually dropping. Let me go ahead and send out something really quick. Send this out to my other channel. If you did not know, I have another channel too, Bosco Mitchell. Some people don't know that, but a lot of people do. Hold on. Just sending this out really quick. I'll be doing this a little bit more often on this channel, more so towards the end of the week. Not sure exactly which day yet, but for example, it might be Thursday, Friday, something like that, talking about the releases for the next 4 days, Thursday through Sunday, unless there's something crazy going on in the next week or the previous week that I'm in. I'll kind of do that, try to make that more of a habit with this channel. I just wanted to go live here today, briefly talk about, Foot Locker closing stores, about 400 mall stores. If you haven't seen that already, you should definitely. I'll put a link to the news article in the chat or in the comment section. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description box of these things that I found, but I'll briefly share it. Um, like I said, more so for people who probably will be on the rewatch where we at with it. But yeah, it just says that Nike plan to close about 400 stores by 2026, mainly the stores that are inside of malls. They're going to concentrate on more standalone stores. I can only imagine that's because the rent might be a little higher in the mall as opposed to a standalone store. There's a few standalone stores in, not too far from where I live. One has been closed for about a year now, maybe even 2 years, but that store stayed there for a long time because the rent was cheap and they were always making a lot of money. Um, then there's like another one that's still around, which I need to go visit. I haven't been there recently, but there's another location that's also a standalone store in a place that doesn't really, you wouldn't think gets a lot of foot traffic. But I'm assuming the rent is cheap there, so they make a lot more money at that location. And I can see why they're doing that. Now, the flip side of it is they're going to start closing some of those stores down that are not doing so well because, like, Foot Locker has a part in WSS. So more WSS stores have been opening. I don't know where you're watching from if you guys have WSSs in your locations, but they're going to be closing a lot of those type of stores too that don't do big nut. Well, the stores close at like 1.3, which is good for the stores, but I guess because the WSS market is so much better for them, they're starting to close off a lot of those too. So there's like other details with this thing going on. I mean, this is mainly talking about the stores inside the malls that are going to be closing, but they will be, closing our standalone stores too because of the WSS takeover out here, especially on the West Coast, especially in LA. A lot more WSS stores have been opening up. I've heard that from a higher up person in Foot Locker or in Flex that said that. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this pans out by 2026, but it definitely makes sense for them to get rid of some of the mall stores because the rent might be cheaper and they probably make more money having standalone stores, as I've been seeing. I'm just hoping the standalone stores will still be up under, more than likely will still be up under the same flex rules and have like the raffles going the same way as opposed to having first come first serve, because usually in malls you have the raffles, you don't have too many first come first serve times like on leftovers or random restock, something like that, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's crazy to see by 2026 Foot Locker will be closing some stores. This article kind of breaks it down of why they're doing it. They're focusing more on the sneaker culture, and I guess it was more of a strategic way. I didn't read the full article. I read some of it, but they're really doing this for a company move to make it grow a little bit more in 2024 than it has with these stores. Foot traffic's not the same like it used to be. A lot more people are buying online. So I could only assume that having a store with a high rent in these malls, aka, would not be the best beneficial thing. But it's crazy to see so many different cutbacks in their strategies. From Foot Locker dealing with them, from them dealing with the consumer, or from Nike dealing with Foot Locker, and then Foot Locker dealing with the consumer. Nike switching their plans, Foot Locker switching their plans. So it remains to be seen how well this actually turns out. I'm just curious to see what's going to happen with it. Briefly want to see what you guys thought in the comment section or in the chat if you're watching live. Um, my computer tripping. Okay, cool. Yeah, so this is a live stream. Like I said, I will try to do this a little bit more often. I'll have it more set up. The lighting will be a little bit better, like daylight but gloomy. So that's why I'm like this. But this weekend we do have some sneakers to look forward to. Maybe some of you guys do. Um, I don't know. For myself personally, not too many things I see coming out this weekend that I need to have. We got Air Max Day coming up, so that's going to be pretty big. I know there's going to be a lot of Air Maxes dropping for Air Max Day. We got some Air Force Ones, some Air Max 90s, Air Max 97s dropping. The thing that's crazy, though, I'm not sure about where you're located, but where I'm located at, some of these sneakers have already been on the shelves, weeks ago. I think it's so interesting how that happens. A release date is official or supposedly, but a lot of stores will have them out before it happens. It's not just on the West Coast; it's a lot of places. Um, I think out of this row right here, probably these Air Max 90s, the North Carolina blue colorway is probably the best one in my opinion. Let me slide that over. That light blue one, I think that colorway is pretty cool. As we're into spring, almost headed towards summertime, which is right around the corner. Um, then let's see. So we're gonna go from what yesterday? What's today? So from yesterday till the weekend. So I think Saturday is when I'm stopping. More Pegasus 39s. Pegasus have been dropping a lot of different colorways, of course, like they always do with all their silhouettes. It is a very comfortable shoe. One thing that's so crazy now, if you guys are not in tune, it's definitely important to get in tune with your local outlets, because a lot of these newer shoes are there too under retail, and that's the main thing. You want to save your money. You don't always have to pay full retail for things, especially when you have times like this with the outlets and Marshalls, Ross, and Burlington picking up on their inventory and the things you can find there. This Nike Dunk mid right here is pretty unique. Let me see if I click on this, does it go to a whole other screen or will it stay here? It goes to another screen, which I don't like because then I have to switch it over. But yeah, I think this colorway is pretty interesting. I'm not really a fan of it myself. This mid looks a little off, but I think the color combination is a little different. Plus, the materials, because I don't think that's leather. It looks like more like canvas and suede, which they've been doing. Pale ivory, mineral teal, moss, and black is the color scheme. 115 on the retail. Not bad for Dunk mid. Not sure how you guys feel about the mids or not. Mids are kind of iffy for me. Very iffy for me. I've only owned one Nike Dunk mid in my lifetime, to be honest with you. I don't remember the colorway, but it was like a light blue with an orange that was very bright, almost like a crimson orange and gray. And it was been a very long time since I had some mids or dunks, period. Yeah. Got some more mids dropping also on the 22nd, like the other one. This is more of the black with the canvas material and suede. Nike SB Blazer low. Then you have the Zoom GT Cut. Zoom GT Cut 2. I don't know why it's always a tongue twister for me. Zoom GT Cut. Yeah, Zoom GT Cut 2. They have a lot of colorways of that sneaker too. I'm not mad at that. To be honest, mids look better on Dunks than Jordan 1s. You mean the colorways and patterns? So you like Dunk mids better than you like Jordan 1 mids. I see. I mean, it's funny because it's kind of like the same sneaker, but I get the vibe what you're saying. it's crazy how it's so much the same sneaker from Jordans and Dunks with the, makeup of the shoe, and the outsole is even the same. It's crazy how that silhouette outsole has been used, silhouette or model and outsole with Dunks. You got Bapes out there, I think, that are like that too. Jordans, of course. Like it's crazy how that mold has produced so many different shoes and brands. Nike Zoom X Street Fly, that must be something new. I've seen this in store right here. The Nike Zoom X Vaporfly Next Percent, 260 on a retail. Very light shoe. Very light shoe. I do like that. It's just weird with this type of cut because I have a pair of Zoom Flies in Volt Green with that same type of back. The back has a lot of cushioning. I think I got them at the outlet for like under $25. Definitely like 25, something like that. Maybe even cheaper if I'm not mistaken. But they retail for like 2+. So finding them for that cheap in a size 13, I just could, I scooped them up. Knowing that the back heel of it is definitely has a lot of cushion going on. It does have a lot of cushioning, but it's very like narrow just to your foot. Like most shoes have an outsole that kind of cuffs your heel. This one seems like it's just meant for your heel to be on top of it, which I feel like is cool, but I felt like it makes me feel a little uncomfortable, like my foot could slide or twist my ankle some type of way. You know what I'm saying? It probably doesn't happen, and that's why they made the shoe and probably tested for all that stuff. But to me, that's just honestly how I feel. We got a Disney Adidas Stan Smith Dr. Doom. Not sure how many people out there are still rocking Stan Smiths, but shout out to you if you are. I do have a few in my collection. Haven't worn them things in a long time. Have a few white color shoes. We got the Billie Eilish Air Force One. Her black colorway and the cream colorway are black, and there was a black colorway. I think there was like a forest green colorway and then like a brownish colorway. Not so bad. Billie Eilish and Nike have been coming out, or Jordan too, have been coming out with some pretty interesting collabs. I'm curious to see the response on this Air Force One, being that it's an all white Air Force One, but it's just, I think there's different texture on here too. I don't think it's all the leather. I think it has some suede on there if I'm not mistaken. Because I know the other colorways, I don't know, I think it's an all leather upper. So I stand corrected. It's an all leather upper on this, a triple white. Okay. Let's return triple white. Sound correct. Yeah. So no, featuring quilted and patchwork throughout the entire shoe, but it doesn't specify if it's all leather or not. But with quilted and patchwork, I assume it's not all leather, so there's gonna be a mixture of materials in there. So that's dope. That might be a little bit more, have a little bit more to it, more like a resale value, like a designer Air Force One. If it's gonna have the suede, the leather. James, what it do? Cali Perks, what it do? Thank you guys for coming on over here, bro. I appreciate that. First live stream on this channel of many uh, different type of themes, but mainly I'll be doing stuff like this too, talking about the sneakers that are dropping this current weekend or week, like I said, depending on what the trajectory or what the landscape is looking like, because not every shoe needs to be talked about. They got the Air Max 1 slide. Okay, that's the 23rd. That's today, technically. So, they might have already been out in stores too, but technically today, I guess, on Nike.com. Getting ready for Air Max Day, because this is Air Max Day weekend. I guess Air Max Day is on the actual, Saturday and Sunday. If you guys know the actual Air Max Day, let me know. Yes, I don't know the actual Air Max Day. I feel like it's the 24th or 25th, but I could be wrong. Then, of course, we got the Nike Lifer. I think this right here is one of the most interesting colorways of the LeBron 20 that's dropped so far. There's a lot of colorways that came out this year for the 20. I feel like there's a lot more to come out, and so far, I feel like if I had to pick a top 3, this has to be in it. I think off the top of my head, the Nike Lifer, the Liverpool has to be number 1 for me. The Liverpool, the Nike Lifer, and then I like the Christmas sneaker. That one's dope. The Trinity colorway is also nice too. I mean, a lot of them are dope. Time Machine's good. I don't know what I would put as number 3 right now. It would All-Star one is okay in my opinion. I'm not really a big fan of the All-Star weekend. Next Tuesday on the 28th. Good looking out, James. Good looking out. Good looking out. Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to put number 3. I mean, it might be the Christmas sneaker. That's the one I do own. I think it might be the Christmas sneaker, but I think the red suede, the Liverpool one, and the pink one is cool too. But nah, it's got to be the Liverpool Nike Lifer, and then it's kind of a toss up for the third one. Let me know what you guys think about that. But yeah, this Nike Lifer, something they hyped up for a minute. I have to make sure I hit the like button on that. By the way, if you haven't seen, I'm using sneakernews.com for this information. So if you guys want to check more stuff out that I talked about in detail, because it's not just the only picture here. There's more pictures once you open it up, with more details about the sneaker as well. But yeah, Billie Eilish, Nike Lifer, Nike LeBron 20. I think those are probably two of the standouts so far of everything we talked about. Next after that, also on the 23rd though, the New Balance 990 V3 made in USA coming out for $200. You know, Action Bronson has his collab dropping soon. I think the 990s have been stepping it up as far as the look. I mean, the shoe has always been comfortable. Everybody knows New Balances 90% of the time are a comfortable sneaker. For me, it's just always been about the colorways. They've definitely been putting in extra work with these colorways. A lot of crazy work with these colorways and material mixing up, which is dope. Long hair suede with short hair suede. You got the mesh on there too, and they've all been coming like that. I like the new relook of these newer New Balances that have been coming out the last few months or years. Some people will like all New Balances from the 550 or 574s, of course, but like some of the new versions of the sneaker, to me, the 990 V3s or the 2002 Rs, those newer models are definitely falling in line, and like New Balance hasn't really messed up too much. They always got some stuff that'll keep them in there. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that. The Carmer des Garçons. Some reason I have a mess up on saying that sometimes. Carmer de Carmer des Garçons played Converse Chuck Taylor's 70s. I probably still butchered that, but I'm not about to wrestle with that again. I usually can say that good. It's just sometimes in the heat of the moment, Carmer des Garçons. Okay. They got a few collabs coming out with Converse, and I think this one right here is definitely fire. This red, black, and white one. You got the all black upper with the white stitching to go with the white laces. The red going with the red. These are probably the best ones out of the ones I'm going to show you. In my opinion, you guys let me know if you guys agree with that or not. Shout out to everybody joining. If you do me a favor, hit the like button. I'm just briefly talking about, I was talking earlier about, Foot Locker closing stores. Now I'm just going over this weekend's sneaker drops. Let me know your thoughts if you guys like anything that I'm talking about or don't like something I'm talking about, of course. But big shout out to you guys. I'll be going live, stream more on this channel, a lot more. So stay tuned for that. I'll try to give a heads up so you guys can have some notification time. And then I'll come up on an actual schedule for my live streams. So big shout out to you for coming through, whether you're watching now or on the replay. But they got a few colorways and models coming out with this collab. I think by far of the highs or the Chuck 70, this black and red one is dope. I mean, of course, you got this one here, pristine red and egret, some different colorways, bro. Let's just call them tan, white, and off-white or sail or something. What the hell is that? This one's fire too, but I definitely like that black one. I might even try. It's fine. It's hard to find my size 13, so I can't really bank on that. But if I was to find a 13 and that chilling out, I wouldn't I wouldn't mind copping a pair of those. Those are actually pretty dope. Anybody else a fan of the Chuck Taylors, the Carmer there? These Carmer des Garçons. They also have the more traditional Chuck Taylor, which is where I feel like Rick Morty's. Is it Rick Morty's? Rick Owens. I think that's where his Chucks look like. They look more like these. They got, of course, the traditional ones with the heart kind of like peeking at you, as opposed to it just posted up on the side panel. I like them both, but still, out of the ones I've shown you, the blue ones is not bad either. These blue ones aren't bad either. I'm not mad at these blue ones. All of them are 150 retail. The blue ones and these red ones are definitely the best two of the high so far, are the Chuck 70s, because these ones are also Chuck 70s. But in my opinion, this black one, that's the first one, and then this blue one is the second one. But they're all nice. Oh, they definitely were. They definitely were. I do remember that being a craze of people rocking those Carmen Degarson Chucks. It's crazy that they're bringing them back. I mean, I guess there is a they're trying to recapture your people who was wearing them in college and stuff. They're trying to. I never had a pair of these. Never was really into them. I thought they were cool. You know what I mean? Like a cool little design or something to spin on the Chuck Taylor. Anytime you bring back an old LA sneaker, Chuck Taylor, I would or LA made them popping. They might not be an LA sneaker, but they definitely made them popping. Chuck Taylors, but all these are cool. It's interesting to see them bring them back. They got some good colorways. Like I said, the black one, the blue one. These are kind of more, I don't know, they're men's, but got the yellow ones. They got the low top of the red ones. These are not bad either. But 150 for the low tops also. Does that make sense? 150 for the highs, 150 for the lows. Usually you get a little discount on the low top, don't you? There's plenty of them dropping, as you can see. Just as many highs that are coming out, there are that many lows. Wow. I thought I looked over this. I didn't see that many. They even got the low and the blue one. I don't know, man. Okay, let's go on. Let's get on. More of them. These are 140. See, why are these 150, but the other ones are 140 anyway? Not bad on these. Maybe you guys might like them, maybe you don't. I don't know. It's a lot of them though. All on 23rd. All dropping on the 23rd. All of them are dropping on the 23rd. Then we got the Converse 1 star in 2 colorways. Also the same collab, 140, dropping also on the 23rd, which is today. So if you're going out to some sneaker boutiques, you might see a whole bunch of Carmen de Garçons, posted up in the stores. Then we got the Invincible Days Adidas Campus 80 collab. It's kind of an interesting, like, quilted print or plaid print. Core black, and cream. Nobody's using white anymore. Everybody's going with the cream or off-white or muslin colorway, right? There's no more really white on the shoes. Everybody wants the age look. It's kind of weird how it started, and then it's like all platforms, all different brands want to come with the worn look. I guess it's just the way things go, the trend. Those are not bad. I'm not mad at those. Not sure how many people out there are really rocking those. This right here is a pretty good lineup on the 24th, which is Saturday. No, that's Friday, tomorrow. They get you right for the weekend. All 3 of these pretty much are bangers for their own lane that they're in my opinion. The Action Bronson 990 V6 is dope. You got the MBO2 Digi Camel. I seen Mello wearing them. They look pretty good on feet. I'm curious to see what they look like in person, plus the box, because for all MBO2s, for the most part, from what I've seen, each colorway has a different box, which is something that not even the Kyries really did. All, you know what I'm saying? So that's extra mile when the shoes have a different colorway, they also have a different box. That's something that Puma's doing. I guess they putting a lot into the packaging and just everything when it comes to Melo, because right now he's like the standalone signature athlete there. Then of course you got the Fly Streetwear SV Dunk Low, Gardenia. Those are pretty fire too. The details of those are pretty crazy. Definitely a top 10 sneaker dropping in March. I have a video about that, talking about the top 10 sneakers of March. I definitely included that in there. Let me know if you guys haven't seen that video, check it out and let me know about the placement of that list. If there's anything you guys would have switched or taken out, put something else in. One thing that somebody did point out was I did not even mention the Dornbecker foam posits, and shame on me. Dornbecker foam posits are one of my favorite sneakers out there, and the foam posit Dornbecker was dope. I think because it was $250, I just didn't even think about it. Like, oh man, I think it's crazy, but it's really fire. That's a really dope shoe right there, definitely. But this tomorrow, Friday, good lane of sneakers dropping depending on whatever lane you're in, from casual wear to hooping or skateboarding, even, because it's an SB Dunk Low, which are better for skating. You know, I don't know, man. I think all of these are nice. I like the color combination on the Action Bronson. Can I not talk today? And it's 220. But the materials, the comfortability is going to be there for sure. So that's definitely going to be on point with that. Then you have the Digi Camo MBO2s going for 150. I think the normal price point on the MBO2s is like 130 or 140. So for it to be $50 or 150, I could imagine the upper is not all the same material like they normally have it, even though it kind of looks like it's the mesh and textile. I don't know. I want to see what's going to be different about this for them to charge 150. It is dope though. It is nice. I'm not mad at it. I feel like the outsole is going to be translucent, so that adds detail to it. But most of the MBs are translucent, and then of course the Fly streetwear has that suede and leather, and then you have that. This is dope altogether. You know, I don't own any Dunks personally. I said this. I said this. I said this. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hello. All right, bye. Just had to get my lunch order. Even though I have my lunch right here, I was gonna eat this salad, which I'm gonna still eat, but I got some more food coming for me. I've been trying to be on a diet, even though I hurt my knee. But yeah, these are definitely fire. I like these dunks right here. Let me know what you guys think about them, either in the chat or if you're watching this on a replay. Either way, do me a favor, hit the like button. That lets me guys know you guys like this type of content, so I can continue to do it. If you can stay here for at least 5 minutes, I'm trying to make sure I keep my statistics the right way with this channel. But if you don't, no big deal. At the end of the day, I'll still be here, be grinding no matter what. But these are definitely dope. And like I said, this Friday, there's a lot of heat dropping as far as, just this lane right here. The 24th is these two shoes, and then the 25th, which is Saturday, is the Dunks. Now, this week right here is, this day, which is the 25th, this line right here that I'm talking about is more of a classic nostalgia situation, especially if you're more of a hooper or maybe even a casual person, I think these shoes all are cool for the aesthetics, and to say, oh, they're back on the shelves. I couldn't see myself picking up any one of these at all, personally. Hello? A salad, but not the one that I got last time. Maybe like the Cobb or one of the other ones, but just not the. I still have my salad from today. No, I haven't. I haven't even tried it yet. Yeah, nah. Unless you get into split or something. Unless you get into split or something. Yeah, I guess so. All right, bye. No, no, no. Hello. Whatever. Yeah. So shout out to everybody joining. My bad. I had to. Did I mute myself or did I not mute myself? I didn't. So yeah, had to complete my order. My bad. But yeah, like I said, this week right here or this day right here is more for the nostalgia feel. I wouldn't see myself grabbing any of these because I just don't see a fit for them in my collection. The Reebok Answer Georgetown, a dope colorway, the navy blue, the patent leather dropping during March Madness. I get that. I don't know if the Hoyas are even still in the tournament or even in the tournament period. I'm not familiar with that. I'll find out, I guess, tonight. I do like this Hirakazi 2 because it has the UCLA vibes. I like the color combination. And then, the Reebok Pump Omni Zone 2, in the Kentucky way. These are definitely March Madness vibes. I just I don't know, 120, 130. This is a little bit of my opinion on the sneakers, plus just talking about what's dropping. So, just because I don't really rock with them, don't mean you might not add them to your collection, because they are dope and classic sneakers. But like, for example, I wear basketball sneakers also for casual wear. I feel like the Reebok Answer is a little bit too heavy to wear that for casual wear, but maybe in the summertime they might look dope. Of course, the Reebok Hurrikaze, I have one. Those are dope for casual wear too. You know, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about them. They're good classic sneakers. I feel like they're wasting space, but it's good to see Reebok revamping it. You know, once new people got involved with Reebok, they start, you know, trying to put more emphasis into the shoes, coming out with collabs and newer colorways. So shout out to them for that. But I just would pass on all three of those. Then we have the Reebok Question Michigan State colorway. Of course, paying homage for Michigan State. I like that colorway. The all white with the green on the toe box, which is a suede green. You got suede on the back heel also. And then you have the translucent blue also. I like that. I've talked about that in basketball shoes that's dropping this month. So check that out too on the channel if you haven't done so already. I don't know why they have two blank ones there. Oh, because it's great. It's coming out men's, grade school, and little kids for that one, as well as toddlers. So they're doing a full family size run. Then on the 26th, which is Saturday. Wait, is that Saturday? Yeah, that's Saturday, right? On the 26th, which I believe is Saturday. I need to make sure so I'm accurately saying what I'm saying. Oh, that's on Sunday. So they're dropping shoes on Sunday. I do feel like people have already gotten a chance to grab a pair of the Air Max 186 Big Bubble. I do see people talking about it online. Pretty popular shoe, the Air Max 1. The Big Bubble coming back from 86. I'm not sure if that's here to stay or if that's just for this line. Are they gonna keep coming out with more colorways of the Big Bubble? Are you guys a fan of it? Is this something you guys can do without? Does it really matter about the Big Bubble or not? I can imagine the Big Bubble might look a little bit better, but I feel like they have a couple other sneaker models out now that have a similar look because of the bigger bubble. If I'm not, you know, like the structure or something like that. Is it the Air structure? It's something. One of them other shoes look almost like an Air Max 1, but it has a big bubble. Now they're bringing it back to, you know, but it is a dope sneaker, and I like the color combination. White, university red, light neutral gray. Can't go wrong with that at all. Coming out in all sizing too. You got the Air Max 270 Go. Oh, that's a grade school wear color. Okay. This shoe right here, the Nike Air Max Pulse. What's the difference in these? They just men's and women's. That's a new model. The Nike Air Max Pulse. I feel like there could be some colorways that really make this shoe. You know what I'm saying? The basic colorways for me is not something that's an attention grabber. You know what I mean? It's not a big attention grabber. So I don't know, but I think because of the time that we're in, we're like into the spring. So it's like a neutral, just a fair colorway. If they came out with some loud colors and maybe switched up materials on them, I don't know. It has the mesh upper, you know, with this mud guard here. They come out with some wild colorways. It might be a go, but it's kind of looking like a 2090 in the back. Is that the silhouette I'm thinking of, or is it 270 in the back? It looks like it's a morph of a couple shoes, which I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess they want to keep trying to do something new. Are they trying to find the next big bang or something? You know what I mean? Nike Air Pulse 150 for men and women. Phantom, high voltage, white, and reflective is the color scheme. So is there some reflective material in here? Then you got a Nike Dunk High Panda. The Pandas are coming back. The Pandas are always on the shelf, the highs for sure. But then you have another restock of the lows. I don't know how many restocks they've had since 2021 they originally came out. Or did they came out in 2021. They've been restocking these shoes for 2 years now. Or did they come out in 22? I feel like they came in late 21, towards the end of 21. And they've been restocking these things like at least, is it safe to say 25 restocks? I mean, maybe not 25 like nationwide restocks, like where they post a date for them on the sites. Maybe not 25 of those, but in LA, there's been like 25 restocks, maybe more, man. Maybe more. They've been releasing so many pandas, and they've been releasing it to the point where the resale has definitely fallen on this shoe. So maybe that's the point of them continuing to drop them. Plus, they were trying to use the pandas as bait to catch people who have multiple Nike apps, because if you had multiple Nike apps, or if you had a got the ambulance going by or something. My bad. So yeah, so they try to have that little bait to catch people who have multiple. Or no, it wasn't to see who had multiple accounts. It was to catch people who were resellers, because if you bought the Panda 4 or 5 times on your one account, they make it so you can't buy any more Pandas at Nike. But what about at Shoe Palace and all the other stores? Like, it's weird. But yeah, they've had 50 million restocks of the Pandas to the point where it's becoming like an Air Force One. The Air Force Ones, they went up in price, but there still is a small resale value for it. And with the Pandas dropping so much, the resale value has definitely like tanked a lot. At one point, you get 230 to 250 on every drop with the Panda. Now it's closer to 150 to 180, 190. So it definitely dropped a lot because they keep restocking them. And at the end of the day, I feel like that was the main purpose of it, to make it more of an everyday shoe, a casual shoe, maybe something to replace the Roshi, like the Yeezy 350 did, to replace the Air Force One, maybe even. You know what I mean? Everybody has a pair of Panda Dunks, it seems, or either wants a pair. They're becoming a little bit more easier to grab, maybe because I move around a lot. I'm not sure for the average consumer, but I would imagine that it's easier for for others to cop, because they drop them so many times, so you could just stumble in the store, maybe having to catch them, unless you're in a populated city that has a lot of cook groups, might make it a little bit more difficult. But if you pay attention to all these apps, sneakers apps, and all this sneaker news and all these places, they're gonna let you know of all the 50 million restocks of the Panda Dunk. You know what I mean? There's so many of them. Let's see what it is for this next week real quick, and then just more pandas, highs, dunks, men's, women's, kids. Everybody gets a panda. Look, everybody, toddlers, preschool, grade school, women's, men's, dunks, highs, lows, pandas. Solomon XT 6th anniversary. Not really familiar with these. I've heard about them for a long time. Looks like an Air Max Plus mixed with the Air Max Trail that they did. Not mad, not mad at the shoe. Then, of course, the Air Max One Golf on the 29th, all suede with mesh materials. It's not a bad situation. Then we got another one on the last day, or the day before the last day, on the 30th, the Off-White Nike Air Force One Mid 205. They've dropped some of these before with some wild colors. It's not a resale value on them, but they are pretty cool if you want them for your own collection. I'm curious to see what they actually feel like. I imagine they're comfortable, and they make you sit up a little higher with that outsole. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Not a bad shoe. Of course, it's off-white. There's going to be a little resale to it. This green colorway, and it's all leather. I like it. It's not a bad shoe at all. I think they kind of ended off the month of March. No, yeah, month of March with some bangers. And overall, the month of March has had a lot of great sneakers that did drop. You know what I'm saying? Which is always good to see. January was cool. February started turning up a little bit more. March really picked it up. I think April is going to be pretty wild. Also, it really just depends on your on what you're into as far as uh, what you like to wear. As far as what you like to wear, but there definitely is a top 10 of March, because there were some goodies in March. Arguably 2 to 3 sneakers in March could be listed as sneaker of the year candidates, and we're so early in the year. Not sure exactly what's really left. I mean, there's a lot left. I have videos about that too, but you don't know what else could be popping up or disappearing, because I remember we were hearing about the Travis Scott Jordan 7, but then like it's kind of disappeared off of everywhere. Haven't really seen that much. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with that, because I'm not a big fan of sevens. I do like some sevens, especially kind of more about the colorway for me. Um, so I'm curious to see the colorway on that 7, the Travis Scott, was dope, and the materials that they're using on it was definitely nice too. You know, uh, let me see. So let me bring this up real quick. So yeah, so that kind of wraps it up as far as genre from cover talked about when it comes to sneak. I think they're in at like uh, 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 Mitchell. I can see when I cross help grab her shoes my membership. The top Sean, the Carolina blue corduroy. I'm sure I'll never find a size 13, even if I want. But it's definitely not a bad Air Max 1. So far, 2 Air Max 1s that are dropping in March were definitely some of the top releases in March, and we'll see how they last along with the rest of the week. Air Max 1 corduroy, because I don't see that being at Foot Locker and stuff, but I could be. I haven't seen it yet. That's what makes me think. Everybody here watching the stream, I appreciate you being here, however long you're able to be here for. Earlier, talking about Foot Locker closing about 400 stores to concentrate more on solo individual stores, which could be a good thing. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's just crazy up. And then now I'm just showing my video for the top 10 releases in March. Like I said, if you have some and if you like it, hit the like button so I know to continue to make that. Also, I had a video about the sneakers apps releases. I know you guys might have sneakers app. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Some people tune into it, some people don't. I want to kind of talk about stuff too. If you guys want to know about that, just let me know. Of course, comments and feedback is all important. And these right here, I'm telling you, these SBs are pretty dope. The detailing on them, the colors, the color combination. The top. But yeah, all this is basically opinionated. And one thing I did not bring or have in here was the foam posit, and I should have did that. I should have had the foam posits in there, you know. But that's kind of what we wanted to do. Sorry for the signal kind of going in and out. I think it's getting a little crazy. You know, sometimes the signal just acts a little funny. Shooter, what it do, bro? Welcome to the stream. I thank you for sliding through. First live stream over here today. Wanted to talk about, you know, what's going on in the sneaker world like I do in the other videos, and I will continue to do that. I will give you guys more heads up. We will get this more on the schedule as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions, of course, in the comments. Hit that like button on every video you see of mine. I appreciate it. I'm about to get out of here. Check out these videos because it's something that YouTube might think you want. I'll put up some cards, especially if you're watching it on the replay. Watch one of these videos here. Give me the feedback on that, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream in the next video. Deuces.